It's 6 p.m, late October 1944, at an undisclosed RAF airfield, Lincolnshire. This story is inspired by the realities of RAF Bomber Command aircrew life. An Avro Lancaster turns onto the active runway, to be held by the controller's red Aldis lamp, till the runway is clear, the brakes are applied, engines running up. Red light, green light. The pilot opens up the four engines and releases the brakes. The heavy wheels turn. Whatever the weather, there is always a small group of station personnel to wave the bombers off. Now, throttles up to full power, takeoff boost 3000 RPM. The Merlins roar as she produces thrust. Accelerating fast, the bomber comes alive, the pilot pushing power and the engineer keeping track of the engines. The flight engineer calls the airspeeds as the pilot concentrates on keeping the aircraft straight. 80 miles per hour, 90, 100, 105, 110. The end of the 2,000-yard runway is getting closer and closer. The four Merlin engines thunder the Lancaster down the runway, lifting an all-up weight of 65,000 pounds. Wheels up, full of high-octane petrol, 10,000 pounds of high explosives, and 7 men become airborne. The Lancaster slips into formation, maintaining position, altitude and heading. And Merlin's now humming at cruising speed. Seated in the mid, upper and tail positions, the gunners are secure and fully ready. They approach, radio silence holding, the low roar of the Merlin engines carrying them forward. Hours into the flight now, and miles behind enemy lines. Together they head for the target. The run-in begins. Crew alert. Nerves steady on the flight controls. Target now reached. They strike with devastating force. A Lancaster takes a fatal hit. Bomb doors are open. Ordnance dropped. Another Lancaster is struck by anti-aircraft fire and disappears into a sea of flame. Separated over a defended factory, a Lancaster flies low. Skilled anti-aircraft gunners fire into the night sky and hit her in the starboard engine. Struck by enemy air fire, the Lancaster is badly damaged and slowly descending. With fuel leaking from a ruptured tank and their altitude dropping, the ground becomes ever closer. Still deep into occupied territories, the Avro Lancaster, hit by heavy Axis gunfire, is losing fuel and flight control. Heavily damaged, she slips under the forest tree line. Engine. With the outer starboard engine and the electrics shot up, the propeller won't feather. Every mile just got tougher. The pilot, flight engineer and navigator must summon every skill they have to save their aircrew and the aircraft itself. Still flying and surviving the night. Now early morning, an eerie coastal mist drifts in, its silence only broken by the Lancaster's Merlin engines. Low visibility takes hold, a blessing and a curse, as it gives their aircraft cover. Now the fight for home begins. Every mile fought for, every second matters. Another perilous journey is beginning. On board the Lancaster, the pilot is fighting heavy starboard drag, a physically demanding struggle, continually adjusting trim and power to keep control. The flight engineer is countering fuel loss, isolating the starboard feed and managing transfers, every move critical to keep the aircraft balanced. The navigator is struggling with poor visibility, relying on dead reckoning to estimate position, using heading, airspeed, time, and wind corrections. The question on their minds is, can they make it back? Will they make it home? Slipping into the cover of the North Sea, they are disappearing into an eerie fog of mist across these expansive waters. The lone Lancaster fights on. Fuel is steadily running down. The engine still won't feather, despite the engineer's best efforts. They can really feel the drag. The wireless operator, no transmission, silence, radio dead. The bomb aimer scans for E-boats or any enemy surface threat. The gunners look for enemy fighters or any threat above and behind. Finally breaking through the mist, nursing a badly wounded aircraft, they still have a fighting chance. Fuel is running low. Time is against them. The crew, strained and running on what little fuel remains, press on. It's going to be close. They just need to keep flying. The flight engineer's worst fears are about to become true. A second engine, starved of fuel, has failed. The Lancaster's remaining engines are given everything. With the starboard engines gone, the pilot forces maximum thrust to the port side, struggling to keep the aircraft airborne. The aircrew's problems are well past critical now. Through the pilot's extreme skill and determination, the Port Merlin strain at full power, keeping her in the air. She can't and won't last much longer. This is it. There is nothing left. As an aircrew, as a team, the skill of the pilot, the navigator, the flight engineer, and everyone working together, they bring an aircraft back onto the runway. Back to an airfield when all could have been so easily lost. A long night and morning, with every hour fought for, they are finally home. If you enjoyed our video, why not give us a like or a subscribe or a follow? Thank you.